Hey everybody, it's been a long time since I last uploaded anything, which I am actually sorry about, but we're not going to be talking about that in this video. I actually want to have a look at the Game Awards nominations with you guys, especially the innovation in accessibility. So why are we going to be talking about innovation in accessibility in gaming? We are going to be talking about it because it is actually important. Accessibility means available to everyone to play, read, or consume. We talk about accessible gaming from time to time on this channel. I've done accessibility videos in the past. I haven't recently because there haven't actually been any games that I've wanted to check out. The actual last game that I have played is Dragon Age: The Veilguard. And I don't think I actually checked out its accessibility features yet, even though I've played through it. Even though I have played through it during one playthrough, I didn't actually look at the accessibilities menu that much. So I will do that with it for next week's video, even though it's been out for an entire month. So let's hop on over to the Game Awards website and we will go from there. We'll go to the voting page. Okay, first off the bat, we have Game of the Year, which I don't actually think should be the first category. It should be the last. It's a big oomph timing, right? Oomph, oomph. So the Game of the Year's nominees are Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, which I will get to my thoughts on in a second, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantasio. So let's talk for a moment. Now, seeing this, I have nothing against Elden Ring, but Shadow of the Erd Tree is a DLC expansion. It shouldn't potentially be in this category. I'm not saying it's probably bad. I'm just saying it feels like it's in the wrong category. Should I also preface this that we're going to be voting in the categories I personally like, but we'll still go through what I find interesting. So let's talk about Black Myth Wukong. I haven't played Black Myth Wukong yet. It does actually look like it's a very good game. And if it goes on sale, I will be definitely playing at some point. But I am so glad to see it up here. I mean, the Monkey King has had a resurgence this year, and I think that's cool. Then we've got Metaphor ReFantasio. This is a game I actually really want to check out. It looks really good. I've played the demo and really enjoyed it. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about Astrobot, because my vote is going to that. Astrobot, if you haven't seen the video on my channel and probably guessed by now, is one of my ultimate game of the years, and I love it. I love the platform mechanics. I love the sound design. I love that it's an entire love letter to PlayStation itself. Astro himself is adorable. And the challenge levels that they released recently were pretty fun to complete as well. Let's go to the next category. Best Game Direction. All honesty, I mean, I don't mind that Best Game Direction would go to Shadow of the Erd Tree. But looks like Best Game Design is all the games in the Game of the Year. Oh, and I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy VII in general, so we will not be voting unless I know it's good. So I don't actually know what Balatro is. Looks like a card game by the look of the image here. But even though I haven't played it, and I've still heard a lot of good things about it, we are going to go with Metaphor Fantasio. Just because I don't want Final Fantasy VII to win as much awards as it's going to get. Okay. Best Narrative. Okay, so we've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Woo! Like a Dragon on this list. I love Like a Dragon, the Like a Dragon franchise. Then we got Metaphor Fantasio, followed by Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. I still need to play this too. I loved Hellblade, the first Hellblade. It was interesting. Then we've got Silent Hill 2. Not a Silent Hill fan. That's all. Okay. We'll be going with Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth here. Like I said, I love RGG Studios and I love this franchise. So that is getting my vote. Best Art Direction. Ooh, this is another category that I love. Okay, this is the only one with 5 nominees. So we got Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Metaphor Fantasio, and I don't know if this is meant to be pronounced Never or Neva, but this is another game that's highly on my list. It looks beautiful. So this is from the team that did a game called Gris, or maybe it's pronounced Grease. Grease. And that is such a beautiful game as well. Both are watercolor based. They're gorgeous. So unfortunately, out of all of these, like I said, I've only played Astrobot. But I'm not necessarily sure it bears best art direction. I mean, it's cool, and I love the bot designs, but even though I haven't played it, we're going to go Neva or Never. Because the art within the trailers and that looks stunning. So one of the rules I should have just set out to beginning, it doesn't necessarily mean I've had to have played them, but if I think they look like something that should at least get some love within the community, I will shout it out. Next is the best score in music. So for the music and score, we have Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII, Metaphor Fantasio, Silent Hill 2, and it looks like we've also got Stellar Blade. Well, I'm personally not interested in Stellar Blade, and I think I've mentioned before I'm not a horror fan girly either, so I'm gonna have to go with Astrobot, because Astrobot's music and sound design is awesome. So that's another win for Astro in my book. Ugh. You're doing it to me again, mate. Alright, now we have Best Audio Design. We've got Astrobot again, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga, and Silent Hill 2. And like I said, I've not played any of these. I'm not a Call of Duty fan either. So we're just going to go with Astrobot. Astrobot. Something tells me Astro is going to win a lot of hearts. Okay, best performance. And it looks like they haven't separated it from male and female again. So it looks like some people are going to miss out. All right, we have Brianna White for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hannah Teal. We're going Hannah Tell because I can't pronounce that. Tele. For Life is Strange Double Exposure. Then we have, probably going to mispronounce this, Humbly Gonzalez for Star Wars Outlaws. Then we have Luke Roberts for Silent Hill 2. And Melina Jurgens for Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade 2. Now, I loved Life is Strange when it came out. I thought, well, it wasn't the best, thing ever. I did highly like it, but as the franchise has actually gone on, I haven't liked it as much. So, we're not going with Life is Strange. And even though I haven't played Senua's Sacrifice, it is going to Melinda Jerkins for Senua. Here is what we're here for. We have 5 categories. Innovation in accessibility. So let's have a look at this category. So we have Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age The Veilguard. Kind of guessed that might be on there. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, and Star Wars Outlaws. And like I said, I haven't checked out Ag Veilguard's accessibility, so I cannot actually speak on it. But honestly, I don't think Dragon Age is going to get any of my votes. So I'm just so glad that this game wasn't nominated Game of the Year for other reasons. Oof. I'm gonna throw a game a bone. You know what? Even though I have not played Diablo 4, I am going to cast my vote with that. Okay. Games for Impact. We have Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Never, Life is Strange Double Exposure. Didn't that just come out? Then again, so was the Veilguard, so... And Senua's Sacrifice. Considering Neva's probably dealing with grief again, we're gonna go with Neva. Yeah, I really want to play this and hopefully I can soon. Like I said, I have no problem voting if I do not play the games. I'm voting for what I think deserves to win the categories. And if I've played it, that's just a bonus. Best Independent Game. Ooh, looks like we're actually getting things that are... okay, more interesting. We have Animal Well, which I haven't heard of. Just like I haven't heard of Balatro. Actually, I haven't heard of UFO 50 either. So it's either going to be Senua or Neva. And we're going to go Neva again. Best Debut Indie Game. We've got Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. I've actually played The Plucky Squire. It's a really good game. It's also really interesting, the way it's laid out too. So we are going to vote for The Plucky Squire. I actually need to finish The Plucky Squire. I have played it, I just need to finish it. Best Action Game. I don't think I've played an action game this year. Probably. Anyway, Black Myth Wukong, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhunted 4000. Oof. You know what? I'm going to throw Black Myth Wukong a bone. Because, like I said, this is a debut studio, I think, and they deserve some love. Or if they're not a debut studio, they've not done that much, I don't think. So, action adventure. I wouldn't. Okay, so Astrobot, Prince of Persia, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Okay, never played a Zelda game. I've only played The Sands of Time by the Prince of Persia series. So it's probably going to go to Astrobot, which isn't a bad thing. Team Asobi are pretty damn good. Best RPG. Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII, Like a Dragon, Infinite World, Metaphor ReFantazio. My votes would go with one of these two, but we're going to do Like a Dragon again. Like I said, RGG Studios are pretty damn good too. Best Family. Okay, now we have a conundrum. Because we've got Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire. I've played 3 of the 5 of these, and this time we're gonna go Princess Peach Showtime. I had so much fun with this game. It was my one Nintendo game of the year, like that I played this year, and I actually love that we're actually, especially with Peach and Zelda, it's so good that we're actually getting games featuring both these heroines, because you play as Link in Legend of Zelda, you never play as Zelda herself. So I bet that'd be interesting. So we went with Princess Peach Showtime. Best sim or strategy. Ooh, see a game that I've already played in here, and it's going to go to them. So first we've got Age of Mythology, Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunisu Gami, never heard of that one, but sure, Mana Lords, and Overcorn, sorry, Unicorn Overload, which is going to get my vote because I have played that, I have finished it, I enjoyed it. So, Unicorn Overlord gets my vote. Best adaptation. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're not voting for this, but I want to react to it because I just saw something pretty cool. Okay, so we've got Arcane. I haven't actually watched the second season of Arcane yet. Fallout, not interested in. Knuckles, Like a Dragon Yakuza. Yeah, man. Then Tomb Raider Legends of Lara Croft. Now, I just saw this and it just popped up on my Amazon Prime banner on my PS5 the other day. And oh my god, I want to really, really watch this so badly. But I bet for this category, it's like, if I had to guess, it'll either be Fallout or Arcane that's going to take the win. But even though I haven't watched it yet, we're going to cast a vote for Like a Dragon in Yakuza, because I want to see how this gets adapted. I want to see how they do Majima really, really badly. Ooh, most anticipated game. Let's see, we have 5 games here. What are we anticipating? Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metro Prime 4, is that still coming out? Or Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, me being me, look, Kojima seems like he's a good director, but my anticipated game of next year is Ghost of Yotei, which is the spin-off sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, which is one of my favorite games, not just by Sucker Punch, but of all time. So Ghost of Yotei. So there we have it. There are this year's nominations. Am I surprised by the innovation in accessibility section? No, mostly because, like I said before, I haven't actually played any of those games. So yeah, it was good to see a lot of things like Senua's Sacrifice and Niva and Metaphor ReFantazio on the lists. A lot of Astrobot and Black Myth Wukong. Like, I haven't played Black Myth, but I've seen people playing playthroughs online, and it looks great. I like things that are adapted from other things, and Black Myth Wukong is obviously adapted from Journey to the West. I was actually surprised to see Yakuza Like a Dragon, the Amazon Prime series. And like I said, I so want to check that out. I just need to have time to actually sit down and watch it. It'd be interesting to see how certain characters get adapted, especially Goro Majima, because anyone who's played Yakuza knows what that man's like, and he kind of excited to see the portrayal, not the betrayal. I'm going to give you a spoiler warning here. If it is actually going to follow the first game, it's going to be pretty interesting and hard to see Nishiki's betrayal, because that still hits. That was one of the things that hit me hard, especially because I started off with Yakuza 0 when I first started that series, and then I went on to 6, then the Kiwami 1 remake, and I still love it. I have a special place in my heart for that series, and I love over-the-top melodramatic Japanese stuff anyway, so the more bombastic you can give me, the better. Anyway, that's this year's Game Awards nominees and my thoughts on accessibility. I'm not a Final Fantasy VII fan, so if that wins a lot of the categories that smaller developers actually probably should be winning, I'm gonna be a bit disappointed. Anyway, that's been my thoughts. I will link my accessibility playlist, seeing as we were talking about that. So I shall see you next time. Have a great day and a great night, and please be kind to others. Because that's what the world needs right now, is a lot more kindness than there has been lately.